14.6 million people. That's the amount of people who suffer from an alcohol-related disease over the age of 18 in America. That's a big number when you look at it. In comparison, if we look at the state of New Jersey and Connecticut, the whole population and the amount of people who suffer from an alcohol-related disease is the same. Coming from a family of alcoholics, I know the physical effects, the mental, and the social consequences of the disease of alcoholism. What is alcoholism? It's a pattern of alcohol use that involves problems controlling what you're drinking. What people don't get about the disease is that just like any other sickness, they can't help it. You become so dependent on it once you start using it that it's hard to break, just like any other drug. Or if you're suffering from the sickness, you need help. The physical effects of alcoholism, the effects are to your liver and your heart. One of those effects is fatty liver disease. The liver is one of our largest internal organs. It has many functions, but two of its main functions is to break down food and convert it into energy, and also to get rid of waste products and fight infection. So when we start drinking, if your liver can't get rid of the alcohol in your body, it gets stored in the fat around your liver, and the same thing through the heart, because it's not getting rid of that wasteful toxin in your body, so it'll go to places like your heart and your liver. It also affects you mentally with your brain chemistry, and it causes anxiety and stress. How it affects your brain is, in your brain, there's these things called neurotransmitters, and they're brain chemicals that communicate information throughout our body and brain. What alcohol does to that is it kind of confuses the neurotransmitters. We become so dependent on alcohol. Normally we produce endorphins, which increase our happiness. Our bodies become so dependent, and our brains become so dependent on that alcohol for our happiness that we forget how to be happy on our own almost. And that's why we get so anxious and stressed out too, because our bodies are so dependent on alcohol that we fiend for it, we really crave it. That's how it's going to affect us on a mental basis, and it affects what you do on a daily basis. So that comes to my next point with the social effects of it. Family abuse and failure to fulfill obligations. Family abuse is a big one. From someone I know really close to me, had a case where he was abused when he was younger. His father actually got so drunk one night he pulled a gun on him because he was so drunk. He used alcohol as a coping mechanism to deal with life's problems instead of talking or doing something else other than abusing alcohol. He started to skip work, he started to skip family functions, and it effectively ruined his life. He now is alone, drunk by himself, and people really don't understand how much alcohol really affects a person. I stand here today to not tell you to do anything, but to be more aware that this is a disease. People people can't help it. They need help. You may need help. Many of you may know someone that suffers from this disease. I think with more awareness, we become more understanding, and that's where we come in, where we can help others. The disease often goes under the radar in today's society. Like I said before, just like someone who is sick, they need help. The effects of long-term alcohol use are debilitating and destroy many lives, not just their lives, but the people around them. The more awareness and knowledge we continue gaining about alcoholism, the better we, society, can help ourselves and others.